My family tried to steal my money. I'm getting them arrested. Part 2.
Let's do it double.
So, Part 4 TLDR. Entitled cousin and coddled mom face backlash for their actions. Attack on OP/manipulation. OP's mother-in-law struggles with favoring her problematic daughter, Blabbermouth, leading to estrangement from OP and family. OP and family take extensive precautions for safety. Relatives plead for OP to drop Blabbermouth's charges. OP refuses, and earlier, brother-in-law went to OP's house and tried to drop charges for Blabbermouth, and they said no after talking to lawyers.
Didn't go so well.
Did not go well.
It was a Hail Mary that did not pass. Did not land.
But now we are on to the updates to come. Did you see that? Your college fund waving goodbye. Submitted May 15th.
Yo, okay. I'm excited.
A small but worthy update. Eldest, my eldest child, the youngest one. Thank you.
Get in the character.
LF, lawyer friend. This is the time Blabbermouth and brother-in-law's youngest child, 18 male. I'll call him entitled Apple Kid, EAK, as apparently the apple does not fall far from the tree. By the way, this comes from BROU Lover on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So EAK is going to start college in September if everything goes well. As some Redditors might know, I have a college fund for some people in the family, EAK included. They have strict stipulations and only covers books and tuition. No extracurriculars, housing, or living expenses. They want to go and live someplace else? Fine. On your own dime, that is. At the start of this whole drama, the eldest had finished college. The second is set on graduating this year. The two middle ones are busy with college. EAK is the last one. Remember from the previous story, EAK was actually sides with Blabbermouth.
Yes, the only one of the children. Everyone else is like, yeah, we rock with OP. Our mom's insane. But somehow this kid is like, nah, I like my mom. I like her insanity.
Craziness.
Free Blabbermouth. Hashtag it.
That's what he's
Free
doing
blabber.
on these posts.
Free blabber.
With all that happened, the youngest son reared his head from time to time with offhanded remarks and, in the beginning, for demands for money.
No.
He made it very clear in words and on paper that if he continued with this or did other things that were by law not allowed, he could waive his college funds away. So
Good.
That's what we told him.
Tell him. God, you freaking idiot.
Hubby and I operated on the notion of a child shall not suffer for its parents' blatant stupidity. If they decide to be stupid themselves, they shall reap what they sow. I feel like that's a rule put in the middle
they
of their
have
house.
A giant board of the laws of our land because of what's happened to us.
Yes, it's like one of the 10 Commandments. Blabbermouth and brother-in-law have had some stern talks with EAK, the youngest son, to keep his head down and to do a study so he could get his things paid for. They have always known we would never just hand over the money, but get the information, confirm it, and pay for it. Still, they didn't complain about that free money. About the incident, we have instructed eldest to not escalate situations, call us/law enforcement, and seek out other adults if needed and possible in case of conflict. Filming whatever he could do was something he already had figured out. Well, the youngest son and eldest met by chance a couple of days ago while eldest and his siblings went out together.
Because I think the eldest now lives outside of the house.
Yeah, they graduated. He lives outside of the house.
Right.
Eldest just gave him a hello and turned to walk away. The youngest didn't like seeing him or whatever and started to shout and curse at eldest, preventing him to leave.
What?
My two youngest heard the commotion and ran to their brother's aid. So the eldest is OP's kid.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. The eldest is OK's kid, and EAK, I'm just going to call him Ek. Can we call him Ek? I need a name for him. I don't like saying EAK.
Yeah. Youngest sibling.
The youngest sibling of the sister-in-law of Blabbermouth's kid. Ek.
Yeah, you can call him Ek.
We're going to call him Ek,
sibling.
everyone. EAK is Ek.
Yeah.
All right. My two youngest heard the commotion and ran to their brother's aid. Youngest started filming, the youngest of OPs.
Smart.
Ek kept pushing his chest against the eldest, and compliments to my son, he never hurt him and stayed calm. When Ek grabbed his shirt, he used some of his skills in self-defense to make sure Ek let him go, but nothing else. My middle child then said something to Ek. Is it a family trait to want to go to jail or something?
Oh!
If you hurt him, you will go there. You might see your mother again.
Yo, that's fire.
They are not playing around. They said, Ek, get the F off me!
You might see your mother. Hey, you want a family reunion?
You miss her, mommy? Go ahead, punch me.
Dude.
Whoa.
Oh, I love this. I'm sorry, but yo, if you're siding with the mom, you deserve this.
Yeah, honestly.
Maniac. You're just walking down the street.
You
just
really
said
are.
hello.
Come on. People are saying baby blabber.
Baby blabber.
That's funny. What do you think?
That's pretty good.
You want to do that?
Okay, we'll do that.
All right,
we got it. Next
Ek
time we'll figure out better names.
Is now
for the future.
baby blabber. Ek equals baby blabber.
Let's do it.
Ah, all right. Baby blabber stopped, looked at them all, and ran for it. Kids got home, showed me the footage along with the witness footage and contact details, and we made a trip to the police station to file a report.
There we go.
Then we call our lovely lawyer friend to set things in motion for a restraining order or whatever is possible. After all that, we made a copy of the footage my children made and the police report and sent it to the brother-in-law.
Yeah, and I also forgot, but just remembered, they're still paying for his college. That's going to go.
Oh, yeah. Did you remember the title?
I forgot until you just told me that.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely going to happen. Ooh. Attached to it was a note that other student thanks them for their donation of a college fund since Baby Blather decided he can do without. He threw away his chance with his own actions.
Mm-hmm.
According to the eldest niece, their parents were not happy at all. And we got another update. So basically, along with the police report, they were like, it was like a note from another student saying, thanks for the college donation to OP. They attached it.
Like, you think you would be smart enough to not realize, like, hey, I have a full ride education right here.
Yes.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe even if I irrationally hate them and I'm crazy, maybe I should just for my own completely selfish self-interest, maybe I should say nothing.
Yes.
Maybe I should do that.
Yes.
Just to be selfish.
But Baby Blabber has been, this is what I see at home with his 4 other siblings that are against his own parents. He feels like he needs to side with his parents, and he's the only one standing up for his parents, so he's going to do that. He's brainwashed. He doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
When you have senseless parents.
And 2, to your point, they started ramping up, I think, over the past few years and stuff. So it's like the other kids, they were already out of the house. They were probably starting to see like the cracks start to form and start to see their parents like just like crash out.
Yeah.
But the youngest, they were like, oh, he's still young and impressionable. So we might not be able to manipulate the other 4. They're too old. They know too better.
Yep.
But the youngest one, we have enough time in his forming, teenage years to turn him crazy. It's so sad.
This is so sad.
It's sad, dude.
Ugh.
I kind of feel bad for the baby blabber in a way, just because of the
all the manipulation. Oh,
yeah,
so sad. Oh, update. Mother-in-law goes to therapy.
What did I tell you?
Wow.
I said last episode, I think the mother-in-law will come around. We'll see.
Who owes John $50?
Hey.
He put a bet in.
Pay up. Come on.
Another update on my mother-in-law. This one is shorter. Recap. Blabbermouth is in jail. Mother-in-law asks us for mercy and pity. We tell her heck no. We tell mother-in-law to get therapy and go no contact. People in the story. Mother-in-law, good woman, but her love for her daughter, Blabbermouth, makes her utterly and completely blind. We are no contact with her. Father-in-law, good and wonderful man. Lucy, sister-in-law, another sister of hubby, not entitled. Hubby, my husband, my rock, stand-up comedian, and greatest love.
Oh.
Let us know where he performs.
Yeah, please. We'll all pull up. I just want to like have a dinner party with like OP's immediate family and hang out with them.
That'd be
they all
fun.
Seem so.
We produce a show. We have it playing in the background. We have a dinner party.
There we go.
Yeah, we'd love that.
Perfect.
My eldest child, my youngest child, born 5 minutes after their twin. Oh, so these are twins and they're just 5 minutes apart. That's so funny.
That's so funny.
Yep, I have twins. No, not identical. Different gingers. Characters are freakishly alike, though. Therapist, mother-in-law's therapist. This week, Lucy came by for a cup of coffee, and she gave us some shocking news. Mother-in-law found the therapist.
Good.
Oh, wow.
It's good. Good step.
This one is a part of the same practice of our therapist.
Hmm.
We never told mother-in-law who our therapist was or where we went. Lucy could tell us that mother-in-law had already had some sessions but didn't know the details. Okay, that's a good sign. Well, we still side-eyed it with some suspicion, but let's see where this takes us. Then, last night, father-in-law came by again and told us, without prompting him, that mother-in-law had found a therapist and had a very intensive first couple of sessions. Father-in-law has joined a couple of them. So the therapist could gather some other perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And we know that father-in-law's W.
Yeah,
So he'll give some
man.
really good insight.
He didn't tell us as he wanted to be sure that it wasn't a one-time thing. It seems that mother-in-law came home after a session, and when father-in-law asked her how it went and how she feels, she seems to have said something like, "I really made stupid mistakes, didn't I?"
Yep. You did. It's good.
Father-in-law asked her why she thought so, and she told him that what he had said to her. See previous post, because he was like, "Hey, you messed up."
He gave her
blew
the
it."
full breakdown. Like
Yep.
you literally you fumbled the bag. You absolutely blew it.
Was something that the therapist said as well. So the therapist agreed with father-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Therapist apparently said that to love a child isn't wrong, but the actions they cause by that love can do wrong to the child and, to an extent, others as well. Or something like this. She seemed very sorry and understood better what went wrong. Mother-in-law is finally beginning to understand the consequences of her actions. Hallelujah.
Amen. Amen, brother. I also think it's a really, with the mother-in-law's storyline in this story, I really like this thread of, hey, listen, you can still love someone, but you can't let your love for them allow them to hurt and do bad to other people. You still have to hold them accountable and not enable them to do
that's love too. Holding someone accountable is love.
I think the greatest form of it, honestly.
Yep.
So I really like the kind of like lesson that we've kind of like seen in that story, and two, even more, that the mom is finally starting to learn that lesson. You know,
the power, I think it's like a power of thirds or something. It's like if one person tells you something, you'll be like, okay, but if a second person tells you it, it's like, wow. Okay, I believe it. I forget what that's called. The power of two.
The third person has what happens then?
You're the third
transform. It's the brain meme where it's like no waves, a little bit of waves. It's like pss, like lasers shooting at your brain. Love that.
I forget what that's called. Someone in the comments tell me what it's called.
Yeah.
We remain no contact for now. We like this to think that it's a good start of mother-in-law's learning process. Although it seems like good news, we are still apprehensive of letting her in our lives as of now. Our therapist knows about this and has asked us to think about family therapy. We are thinking about it, but we want mother-in-law to really understand that why her actions drove us to go no contact. Let's see what brings us this. And we have an update of this. Should we get into it?
Let's dive right in.
All right. Title: Mother-in-law continues with therapy, asks us to join. Spawn of blabbermouths makes 2 new friends.
Uh-oh. That sounds like to me, Blabbermouth's army is growing.
Oh, gosh.
Blabbermouth's army is growing.
Huck.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I think Blabbermouth had some jail friends getting out and said, hey, you want to make some real money here?
You're so right. Bro, she needs new recruits.
It's her henchmen.
Dude, her ranks are depleting like rapidly. Mother-in-law, her chief general.
Yeah.
Gone.
Out.
She's leaving the ranks. She has to recruit more people to continue her reign of terror.
And these people probably like jail, so they're like, oh yeah, we'll do it and we'll come back. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Like, why not? Yeah, we'll hit a lick, get a bag, and be right back.
Hello, Redditors. It has been a month, and I would like to give you an update on the current status quo. Cast, hubby, my soulmate, father-in-law, Lucy, hubby's sister, eldest of sister of Blabbermouth, my younger than my hubby, and we have mother-in-law, my mother-in-law. Spawn of Blabbermouth, Blabbermouth's youngest, who once kissed his college fund goodbye, henceforth known as SOB.
Why do we got to change up the name again?
No,
it's Baby Blabber.
Baby Blabber.
Baby Blabber.
Come on,
OP.
NN, nice neighbor. NW, nice neighbor's wife. Update on my own health. I am healing quite well.
Great.
I am home now, and the doctors are quite pleased with my recovery. I can walk longer distance and work from home. I don't work on my fullest capacity yet, but I am grateful that I can do some things again. The update. To my utter surprise, mother-in-law continues with therapy. She goes once, sometimes twice a week, and according to father-in-law, has been making quite the progress. Mother-in-law has asked us to go to one or multiple sessions with us. It was her own idea. She wanted us to talk about it, but in the confines of the therapy room, as she feels like the therapist is unbiased. Solid. All right, mother-in-law, you scored another point for yourself with that in my still suspicious eyes. Hubby and I talked about it between ourselves and our own therapist. We made a list what we would want to talk about and what not. In we went, and it went quite well. Therapist started, explained why we were asked. We could say what we thought, and mother-in-law told them that she understood. More, better, finally, our standpoint. She had written down some examples hubby had used, and she had a talk with father-in-law and even other family members about situations in which she blatantly favored Blabbermouth. To keep it shorter, she explained why she felt and how she felt. She understands that she should have done things somewhat differently and that she is sorry if she took Blabbermouth's side too much. She felt that Blabbermouth was like her in some ways, not entitled ways, and therefore couldn't help herself. She saw a lot in her daughter.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That is tough.
Okay, hubby. And I just absorbed what she had said. I simply asked what made her see it this way. Some uncomfortable moving from her side while asking what I meant. I asked the therapist if I could be honest, blunt to a point. I could to a point. I told mother-in-law that if things got difficult or / when she wants things to stop happening, she starts ignoring what happens. Like an ostrich, she sticks her head in the sand, hoping everything just blows over.
Yup.
Non-confrontational.
Sticking it down. Come on. Stop it, mama. Stop it.
Going to therapy and basically dig up every dirty thing about this was difficult. What has happened, what made her go against this tactic of hers? She looked at me in the eyes and said, the therapist made me see you and hubby as kind people who love their family to a fault, allowing a lot, maybe too much, that you love me. I ruined so much by my actions. Father-in-law said the same. Aunts and uncles said the same. Even the ones who hurt you. The fact that my own son, you, and the children didn't want any contact with me was the wake-up call. I know what I said was stupid, but I really had the feeling you blame me for everything that happened and what was still going on. So she took everything like it was her fault.
Yeah, we should dissect this a little more when we get to the end of this update, but I really like what's happening here with like the mother-in-law kind of coming to these realizations. What'd she say just before that point there?
Mother-in-law?
She said, I thought it was like my fault, but it was
I got you.
right before that.
The therapist, so she looked me in the eyes and said, the therapist made me see you and hubby as kind people who love their family to a fault, allowing a lot, maybe too much, that you love me. I ruined so much by my actions. Father-in-law said the same. Aunts and uncles said the same, even the ones who hurt you. The fact that my own son, you, and the children didn't want any contact with me was a wake-up call.
So I think another really interesting lesson, so many lessons in mother-in-law's story, I feel like sometimes maybe because we worry it's like, oh, if I go no contact, it's going to hurt this person, like all this stuff. Maybe it's the wake-up call that they need.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? And like we talk all the time about these no contact stories, but I feel like that's a point that doesn't get talked about too often, which is like, hey, this is almost like a tool maybe to help this person see where they're going wrong, because it is such an extreme action to completely cut somebody off. And maybe that is what is needed for that person, the person being cut off, to sit down and actually realize and think about what they did wrong.
Yeah. I
good
agree.
stuff.
I agree. That is good stuff. Let's go. W therapist.
W therapist. Doing pretty good so far.
Wow. We'll get back to the story, but John, I had a crazy basketball game last night.
What happened?
So I was playing, and the other team was very aggressive. I got an offensive foul, which, like, that is crazy to get, and, like, I kind of tweaked my ankle.
Ooh.
But this other guy, our center, our star player, went in for a layup, and this dude just, like, smacked him in the head. And he had to walk off for a second. Ref didn't say anything, and he got a technical foul because he was going off at the ref.
Even though he got hit in the head?
He got hit in the head.
That doesn't make any sense.
He had to sit down for a little bit, and he was like, dude, I don't even know what to do. I'm new here. I've never been to, like, a doctor. Like, what do I do? I was like, bro, good for you. I know exactly where you need to go.
Riley, where is that to save your team? Where are you going to point them, Riley?
ZocDoc.
That's right. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you and instantly book appointments with them online. And these doctors all have verified reviews from real patients just like you guys. We're talking about booking appointments with tens of thousands of top-rated, patient-reviewed, credible doctors and specialists. And you can filter the ones that take your insurance. We're looking out for your pockets, ladies and gentlemen. And they treat basically any condition you're looking for. The typical wait time to see a doctor booked on ZocDoc is between just 24 and 72 hours, and sometimes even the same day. I use ZocDoc. We use ZocDoc. Guys, you should use ZocDoc too. Go to ZocDoc.com/OKOP and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/OKOP. ZocDoc.com/OKOP. Let's get back to the story.
I was asked if I would speak on my own behalf. I told her that I didn't blame her for what was going on. I didn't blame her for the things entitled cousin or blabbermouth did. That were their decisions, not hers. She had nothing to do with any of it directly. However, I told her that by giving in so much in childhood, adolescence, and adulthood, Blabbermouth got accustomed of getting her way and expecting others to do what she wanted. If she didn't get her way, she would manipulate to get her way. What felt like a knife through our heart is that I was attacked and in danger. Our children were in some danger, and she kept asking for pity and for mercy for Blabbermouth, condoning her actions, not looking at or wanting to see what she was doing to us. That went too far. That hurt too much. We understand that she loves her daughter, but it is her selective blindness, that condoning, excusing that behavior, etc., that just hurt us the most. I repeated what I have stated before. Love her as you want. I cannot and won't tell you who to love or not, but look at the actions of a person, the facts of them. She hurt us, your son, me, your grandchildren. We also matter. Hubby said he agreed with this and added on his feelings as well. Dang. She started crying and saying she was sorry. She simply couldn't believe one child was hurting her other one. It ended there with a new appointment for a couple of weeks, summer holiday for the therapist. I think it's a good start. So, to be continued. No contact will continue outside of sessions. And it looks like we're about to get into Blabbermouth.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's great. I like this session. I like this session a lot.
Kind of called it.
You did call it.
Kind of called it, though.
I felt she had a lot of good influence around her. The father-in-law was being a good influence, and Lucy too. So I felt she may come around.
She had like the opposite of what all of the evil, the evil people are influencing each other with evil.
Yeah.
Mother-in-law was like the person who is like still siding with the wrong team, but was surrounded by the good people.
Exactly.
So she had like all good influences around her, including OP and her husband and everything initially. Yeah. Again, just to say what I said before, I really like the lessons learned in the mother-in-law's storyline that like sometimes your love can cause a blind eye towards the people you love, like doing bad things.
Yep.
And by not holding them accountable, by supporting their entitlement, it causes things to get worse and worse. And you can still love someone while holding them accountable. And then also you got to worry about protecting the other people that they're hurting.
Yep.
Especially if they're also the ones you love, your family, your other children. Like, you cannot let that person just abuse them.
Exactly.
Yep.
Agreed. Let's talk about blabbermouth.
Okay, let's do it. I'm ready.
Switching gears. In the meantime, we have also had to deal with SOB, Baby Blabber, Blabbermouth's youngest. The last time he tried to intimidate my eldest by doing so, he could say farewell to his college fund. In the grapevine, his elder siblings told me that his brother-in-law, shouted at him for his stupidity as Baby Blabber had been warned not to do anything against any of us.
Mm-hmm.
He knew better.
He's an idiot.
Golly. We were still willing to let him use the funds for his college education, but he had to stay out of the situation. Brother-in-law and Blabbermouth were told that they were very, very clearly, thanks to lawyer friend, and they were made sure that it was clear to Baby Blabber.
And it's done. It's over.
Well, Baby Blabber wasn't too pleased. He got yelled at by his father and by his mother during a visit.
In prison. Where she's sitting right now.
He didn't like it, and whatever funds his mommy and daddy have had were now being used for lawyer fees, and not quite sure if there will be any money left after everything.
Wow.
Why did you not use your 2 brain cells?
Bro, because he lost them. He's operating on -2 brain cells and -2,000 aura. Bro has the most negative aura ever.
And will be in debt if he decides to go to college. I worry for this kid so much.
He literally had it all. He just had to zip his mouth and he would have made it. Wow. I love how even all of the other, like, most Blabbermouth, the queen of evil in this story, even she's like, you freaking idiot.
Yeah.
Why'd you do this?
What's wrong with you?
My God.
He didn't like it that he got a firm and resounding screw you. No from his 2 eldest siblings after he demanded from them that they pay for his college education.
What is wrong with you people? Like, what do you just go okay, you know what? They go into a coffee shop, right?
Yep.
And then so there's a person in line, or you know, they get to like, oh, can I have your order? Oh, I'll have a latte, a blueberry muffin, a donut, and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then they turn around, and they're like, hey, pay for my stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is like $25 of stuff. Like, I'm not gonna pay. I don't even know you. They're like, oh, pay for it.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Do it. Why not? You don't want to help a human brother in the family of humanity?
Actions have consequences.
Actions have consequences. Learn. God.
Somebody, please. This is so hard to watch.
Oh my God.
His reasoning was that since they had jobs, they should help him out. He didn't like it that both sets of grandparents aren't helping him out either with the money.
How about you get a job?
He didn't like it that he doesn't get any support or pity from anyone. He certainly didn't like it that when he asked our aunts and uncles for money and they started to wind down everything, that fell on deaf ears and got told that this was a lesson that he needed to learn. So he got told from everyone.
Literally, OP's the one that's loaded.
Yeah.
And he's so stupid, and his entitled mother taught him to be so entitled to everything. Oh, I'll just go ask everyone and they'll just give me money. And it's like, no, only people that are like insane geniuses and saints like OP who have been genius enough to amass such a fortune through her brilliance,
yep,
and is such a saint that she's willing to share said fortune. That is like, this doesn't happen. We know this.
Yeah.
Everyone watching knows this. We don't have a random relative that's just willing to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on, especially kids of people that have like attacked you. Like, it's just crazy.
Prince X says it's expensive to be stupid, and Socrates says, how can he learn? He can't go to college.
Now he'll be stupid forever.
Dread04, I like how that even deranged parents is telling Baby Blabber not to stir the pot, not to fumble the bag. Yeah.
Bro fumbled the bag.
Even them have reasoning. Even they are like, don't do this. The ones who have antagonized OP the most, they're like, don't antagonize OP. Don't do it. You idiot. Dang.
At least in this one specific instance, they were able to understand logic.
Yeah.
And operate that way. Golly.
Poor baby Blabber. A lot of things had happened that he didn't like. And in true Blabbermouth's fashion, he blamed it on our family. What does an idiot do?
Uh-oh.
He came to our house
No.
like entitled cousin. Family stupidity, I think. He came by our house. Unfortunately for him, Fro and LeFou were waiting for him in the backyard. Out of sight.
But it's on site.
They're on site. These are OP's dog and the neighbor's dog. When he climbed over our fence! He climbed over the fence!
It's go time. Call the security. Round up the boys.
Where's the sniper at?
It's go time.
Nice neighbor and neighbor's wife and us were at some elders, neighbors of ours a couple of houses away. And since the lady is a bit scared of dogs, we opted to leave them in our yard.
Real quick, sorry to interrupt. I'm also imagining OP's family, because they're like all trained on like martial arts. They just like pop out like, wah ha ha, family, assemble, attack.
Just like the Incredibles.
Yeah, like the Incredibles. Yeah, exactly.
Also, I love that they went to the neighbor's house that doesn't like dogs. So like, oh, we'll just leave him in the backyard.
Dude, chef's kiss. Perfect timing.
The couple has adopted us, and since the lady of the house is an amazing cook and baker, to say the least, we love to frequent the place and help them out with what is needed. We were sitting in their yard chatting away when we heard the screams and barks.
We know what's going down.
I can't really run, so I go and check the footage at our home cameras. Lo and behold, Baby Blather is crouching on the same table entitled cousin was when he had to flee for 100 pounds of protective muscle, fat, and sweetness, a.k.a. Fro.
Go doggy.
Now, Baby Blather got the honor and pleasure to meet Fro and LeFro at the same time. Baby Blather was not happy. Blue-clothed lads and ladies armed with shiny and not so shiny accessories show up and take him away to meet his mom.
I was just about to say, is he... Bro, the OP's kids with their funny comeback, they weren't just given a funny comeback. They were seeing the future.
They were foreshadowing.
They're fortune tellers.
Bombastic side eye.
Bro, do not tell me he ends up in prison with his mom.
We don't think he can legally be charged with anything more than trespassing, but beggars can't be choosers. According to our inside informants on that side, it's safe to say brother-in-law wasn't happy would be an understatement.
Yeah, because he's probably still hoping to land that Hail Mary he was trying to do. It's like, hey, will you drop the charges if you plead guilty? Golly, dude. Golly.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Baby Blather was picked up from the station, got torn some brand new holes, got his games consoles, iPad, and everything deemed non-essentially taken from him by his father. He has limited access to his laptop, school only, and has been grounded to boot. Baby Blather is sulking a lot, according to his siblings. When he started to cry to one of his brothers, he got told that it was his own fault and that he was stupid.
Like you already lost your basically full ride college scholarship, essentially.
Yeah.
You think it's now a good idea to go trespass in their home? You think that's smart? You think that's a good idea? What do you think will happen? Do you think you'll go in there, surprise him and be like, oh man, you know what? Don't attack us. You're right.
What was his game plan here?
What's your end goal, brother? What is it?
Ay. He certainly doesn't get any pity from others. Why is Baby Blabber so entitled? Blabbermouth's coddled him, and that he had more effect on him than his father set him straight. We do hope that away from the influence of evil, his mother, it might seem, set him straight. Let's keep our fingers crossed for this. Also, our court date is getting closer. With Blabbermouth, I think?
I'm guessing with Blabbermouth.
Which one? Blabbermouth, entitled cousin, Baby Blabber.
We got a whole roster.
which one? Oh my gosh. As of now,
the whole prison call sheet.
It's just family members. They all have the same last name.
Yeah. Oh my God.
As of now, it is scheduled for the end of October. If there aren't any delays, I will update again after that. And we got another update.
Why don't we dive into this next part?
Updates. Wonder Woman, the story of how entitled cousin got hit by the karma train driven by his now ex-wife.
Oof.
First of all, as I'm not really familiar to Reddit, I just found out I have a ton of messages from readers that I have missed.
Just now? At this point?
Oh, what's this PM button? Oh, hundreds of personal messages.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I didn't know that people could also do that. I also try to reply to as many as I can, but the sheer amount of them and my limited time, I am not able to respond. Some people ask me to update on Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is Wonder Woman. WW is Wonder Woman. The now ex-wife of entitled cousin is doing, she's doing amazing.
Great.
She sold the house and the car that was in her name. She moved away to a place she is unwilling to share.
Good.
She has a P.O. box somewhere, and we see each other whenever we can. In the beginning, she looked so drained and scared. But now, wow! Wonder Woman looks amazing!
Let's go. Love to see it. Love to see it.
The kids are doing great. Wonder Woman has a job she truly enjoys, and her parents help when they can with childcare. Her ex-father-in-law, father of EC, does get to see the grandchildren, but without Cuddle Mom, CM, her ex-mother-in-law. What I didn't know is that Cuddle Mom tried to get custody of the children by involving Child Protective Services with false accusations.
Whoa. Whoa.
Cuddle Mom's doing the most right now.
Dude.
Holy cow.
She might be gunning for top villain right now, which I thought was impossible. I don't know if she can beat those other two, but she's trying to give them a run for their money.
Yeah, I think they're all, it's like you got Joker, the Penguin, like all
the
of
Riddler,
them, the Riddler,
and they're all vying for
like
number
the
one.
Joker's the
villain spot.
worst, but the Penguin is really bad.
They're always they're trying. They know he's like the top most evil, but that doesn't stop them from trying to beat him in evilness.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Ugh. Protective Services with false accusations. She got a slap on the wrist, which ex-father-in-law told her not to do anything stupid as he would divorce her. Since they have a prenup, she will be left with a lot less still comfortable than she has now.
Mm-hmm.
Cuddle Mom loves to brag about her status, so a divorce is not something she wants. It took a while, but slowly, Wonder Woman told family members and friends what entitled cousin was doing. He never hit her, no physical or spicy sleep, bad things. Still, plenty of emotional and financial abuse. I won't share the details. Wonder Woman asked me not to, but she is dealing with it and is doing the best she can. Like us, she, her parents, friends, and relatives are somewhat afraid of what might happen in case entitled cousin gets out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she has a good lawyer, so they are, like us, busy with protective measures. This is entitled cousin we're dealing with. He is stupid, and we are low-key placing bets on how long it will take for him to show up to our place.
Yeah.
To which place? Okay. So small but nice update. I'm glad she's doing better. We have another update. So Wonder Woman's doing all right.
That's great. And I saw the title of the next one.
Yep.
This is the big one?
Yep.
This is the big one?
It is the end of October.
The trial is here.
The trial is here. And do we know with who? I think Blabbermouth?
I'm thinking it's Blabbermouth.
Okay.
But
All
you know what? Why don't we find out?
Oh, boy.
Why don't we see for real, for real?
Here we go.
Here we go.
Trial has started. An update on us, and Cuddle Mom had to prove she's an idiot.
Oh,
so
boy.
I guess this is against Cuddle Mom? I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see.
A small update for you all. Hopefully this post will find you all in good health and spirits. First, the abbreviations and explanation of people. Once more. LF, lawyer friend. Hubby, my hubby. Mother-in-law, hubby's mother. NN, nice neighbor. NW, nice neighbor's wife. Cuddle Mom, entitled cousin's mother. The trials have started. I can't say anything about what is discussed until it's all over and done with. I can tell you that both entitled cousin and Blabbermouth seem extremely nervous, yet somewhat confident, arrogant even.
Oh my God.
When we, hubby and I, saw them the first day.
I'm so excited that they're arrogant because that means they'll like try to get OP, and then she'll just
The
destroy
slide
them.
back. The in fencing, they whenever you go for an attack, I don't know what it's called, but you like deflect and then like get them back. That's what's about to happen.
Yeah.
They're gonna attack and then like recoil. Boom.
Number one fencer in the university that you went to.
Yep, I am.
2022.
I am Carson Newman's 2021 spring beginner class champion.
That
Undefeated.
part.
I got defeated once, but then I defeated the guy in the last championship match because one of his friends was one of the judges, and I defeated him, and the judge had to be corrected in the final match.
There we go. My
Okay.
boy can't be defeated.
There's that's like a whole like other okay story time. That's a good
Nice.
one.
Yeah.
All right, we have not returned since I have work that needs to be done, and hubby has trouble seeing his own family in the stands.
Mm.
Another point is that we have little desire to spend our time in a courtroom looking at the people who caused us so much misery in our lives. Victim statements are in the file, and those will be read out loud when it's time. Lawyer friend updates us, as well as some friends and my parents who apparently decided for themselves they wanted to be present every time or whenever they could. I told them that this isn't necessary, especially since my parents are elderly. But my mother simply flashed me a look that said, "Enough. My father isn't a man of words, but lets his actions speak for him most of the time." He said, "In our time of need, you and your brother are there for us. Now we are doing what we should do as parents and what we have always tried to do. Be there for you both in your time of need. Besides, I want to see what kind of people they are with my own eyes."
W dad. We have two W dads in the immediate family.
Wow.
Blood father-in-law, and then blood
father-in-law.
father, and then father-in-law.
Yep.
So many words.
Wow. The great fatherly.
A good father duo.
Yep.
A good father.
Good
team.
father duo.
I
There
love
we go.
that.
There
I
we
love
go.
that.
My friends basically agreed with my father. I was there for their highs and lows. Now it's time to return the favor. My more devilishly friends say they are going as much as they can just to see how big of a hole they dug for themselves. I love these people.
Love it.
Supportive friends. Hubby is not doing so well. Like I said, he has a hard time dealing with the fact that his own sister and cousin are on trial for harming me and trying to take his children. Anger and sadness are his two main emotions. The children are also quite nervous. We keep them informed on how things are, and Lawyer Friend is doing a great job on giving unbiased information on what happens and how court proceedings work. Especially Eldest is the one for the details and nuances. He wants to know everything. Apart from nervous, they feel frightened once more. All this time, entitled cousin and blabbermouth were locked in a cell safely away from them.
Yeah.
Now they realize that a verdict will be given on the time they will serve, if they will have to serve at all. We like to keep their release an option, as you never know.
Yeah, it's basically like planning for the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is they get immediately released.
Yep.
So it's like, all right, let's mentally prepare ourselves for the possibility of them just being released straight back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's smart. That's
It's smart, play it, be cautious.
Yeah.
It's
But
good.
like, come on, we know.
I hope.
We know, dude.
I mean, her case is
Okay,
so.
come on.
You're right.
Let's look at how much
The case is
money
so great.
OP has, and
Yeah.
the case is so great, and they have resources. Come on.
Yeah. They'll at least get some. They won't get out just completely without any.
They're playing against Tom Brady right now.
100%. They're 8th graders.
They're 8th graders
Yeah.
playing against Tom Brady. Come on.
And there's no what's the kid, the football kid, not the Rizzler, but Baby Gronk.
Oh yeah, no baby.
There's no
Gronk.
Baby Gronk, dude.
No baby Gronk here. Brain rot, vocabulary. He really hitting a gritty on screen. Hitting really gritty. Therapy visits have increased to once a week online and once a week in real life. Nice Neighbor and Neighbor's wife have increased their visits with Fro, and the kids sleep better know that they now know LaFro is with us as well. I think I love this little side character with Fro and LaFro, because Fro's probably teaching LaFro how to be a protective
That's so cute.
dog.
The
and
dog
LaFro's
side
like,
story.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love it. Oh, it's so cute. Nothing works better to soothe their anxiety than some gently giants giving hugs and slobbery kisses that will go into protective mode when needed.
Love it.
Beautiful.
Absolutely love it.
Things with mother-in-law have become somewhat better, but she seems to be on a crossroads now that her daughter's child has started. She has started her, oh, my poor daughter, spiral again.
Oh, no.
We don't blame her, and she has kept the whole have pity on her out of her vocabulary.
Okay.
Coddled mom also made an appearance. She decided in her infinite wisdom that it was a good idea to show up at our doorstep on the day before the trial started.
You are joking. You're joking. She's already been arrested.
The amount of people that have come to your front door, you need to put a trap door there. Every time they come, you press it and they just fall in.
That is
straight to jail.
That is they just land in a cell.
Yes.
That is exactly. We need to create like a petition.
Home Alone.
A petition to have, I don't know what state OP lives in, but we need there to be like OP's law. That's what we'll call it. And it will allow for OP to have the trap door and send anyone to jail she wants just by hitting the button.
Yep.
No court case needed. OP will have the full power to press the button and send anyone straight to jail.
She can Home Alone proof her house.
Yes.
Yeah. Trap door.
Yes.
They go through the back door, or they go through the fence. They got dogs there.
They're done.
They're done.
I love
Done.
it. I love
What
it.
the heck? What is? Why?
God, they're so dumb.
Oh, we saw her through the doorbell camera. Nice neighbor saw her and asked if she could help her. Smart man kept her in front of the camera the entire time.
Let's go.
She asked in a rather rude manner who he was. When he stated he lived in the neighborhood and was walking his dog, she told him that she was here on an urgent legal matter.
Oh.
She was there to, drumroll please, threaten us with legal action if we didn't start the court proceedings.
You effing idiot.
Her grounds.
Go ahead. Please.
Please.
Please bring us to court.
Please.
Please bring us to court so we can destroy you. Please,
We would
please.
love
I beg
to
you.
see that.
I beg you. Do you want to get? Do you want us to show? What do you want us to show? Your entitled cousin breaking and entering. You throwing stuff and getting arrested on our doorstep. What evidence would you like us to show? Please.
Yeah, come on.
We could do a whole slideshow.
We would love to see it.
Yeah, we could make it. We could make a documentary out of it.
Oh my freaking
What do you want?
gosh. Her son was provoked by my actions, and thus it was self-defense. Entitled cousin. So she's like, entitled cousin's actions were from self-defense.
I have literally no words.
Therefore, everything in court didn't need to happen, and we should drop the charges. Entitled cousin should be found not guilty if, in fact, couldn't happen anymore, and we should tell the judge/jury that. Coddle mom continued that if we didn't, she had no choice but to take matters into her own hands and contact our county's child protective services, claiming we were hurting our children and filed charges against us for defamation. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We would love to see it.
Yeah.
Come on. Bring it.
Literally, anyone looks through any of the files, they're like, "What are you talking about?"
What do you mean? This is
Literally,
stupid.
what are you talking about?
Oh my God. Nice neighbor can be serious when needed, but in the face of this blatant stupidity, entitlement, and or delusion, you choose, he just laughed.
Also, Nikki Wolf has a great comment. Trying to intimidate a witness is a crime too. So right now, she is trying to intimidate a witness, OP, and add that to the stack of charges.
You know lawyer friend's about to.
Dude, lawyer friend
rack
is
up.
about to go crazy. He's about to snap.
Yeah, dude. About to be the best court case of his life.
I love this.
Holy cow. He explained to her that this was not how it works and that she just stated that she's trying to blackmail us by lying. Oh, and blackmail.
She just admitted to it. She's like, yeah, I'm just trying to blackmail them. What? It's crazy.
But entitled cousin and his entitled tendencies from his mother. So, of course, she doubled down and stated that all we did was lie and that I should have done what I had been told. For some reason, this woman can't understand that hubby and I made a joint and unanimous decision on not wanting to be a money tree / ATM. Nice neighbor told her to go away get a therapist, and prepare for the no contact order that could be coming her way, so you can guess what and who has kept lawyer friend currently occupied.
Yep.
And you can be occupied with us every weekday at 3 p.m. PST. Go where?
Tap our profile
Yeah, just tap our profile and join us on YouTube.
and get occupied with us.
What are you thinking, dude?
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk. Yeah. So I think
Got a little bit left.
once again, as we kind of said in the beginning of this episode, Coddled Mom is just trying her absolute hardest to become the number one villain in the story. And is, as have many of the villains in the story, become so completely delusional that she is acting so insanely against her own self-interest. It's not even funny, except it is hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing that sucks is it is more just headache and like court cases and stuff for OP's family to have to go through and fund.
Yeah.
However, and I'm not OP and OP's family, so obviously I can't speak for it, but there is, I feel like, imagining myself in OP's shoes, I would be at least kind of glad that it's like, okay, now we can give you like more punishment than you deserve.
Yeah.
Because at first, like before she went to the door and was like throwing things and like doing like basically illegal activities, you know, she was being annoying.
She got put in jail for that.
Yeah, and like just for being on the entitled cousin side, it's like, yeah, you're not, before all of that stuff legally you couldn't do anything, but it's like, yo, you deserve to be in jail just for siding with the cousin, right? But and now we have actual things, and she's gonna like bring them to court, countersue, press all those other charges, the blackmail, the intimidating a witness, and then I think she's gonna crash out even harder, so she'll probably rack up more. Tampering with, will she try to tamper with evidence? Will she will she try to break in her again like baby Blather does? You know, like I think the list can go on and grow once they get into court. So I am kind of glad that that's happening, just so that way she can kind of like get Loki. I think she needs some time in a cell to
dude.
Hopefully teach her a lesson and make her change her ways.
Well, she already was in a cell.
You're so
in
right.
In the first episode,
You're literally so right.
I was like, when did we put her in a psych ward?
Yeah, dude.
Ellie says, Cuddle Mom just misses her son so much, she wants to join him.
Truly. And you know what? Best case scenario, at the end of this 4-episode saga, they're all in jail for a long time. Jail or prison for a long time.
Golly.
That is, I think, all we can hope for. I'm hoping it won't end up being too much stress on OP. It probably will be a good amount, but hopefully they all three get locked up. That's what I'm praying for. That's what I'm praying for.
Oh, on a side note, I know that people will warn us that Child Protective Services can be called by her or someone out of vindictiveness and spite. We know. Don't worry. Joke will be on them, though. We asked for their help on how to deal with our children after entitled cousin attempted to break into our home, and again, after what happened to them and me as well. They have also been involved due to the fact that my children were victims/witnesses of an attempted abduction. We have assessed as parents as well as a standard of precaution, and we are deemed fit parents, thankfully. They are updated on the things necessary. So that was the update, and I will update as things progress. Wow. So the Child Protective Services are already on OP side.
Yeah, it's going to be so funny because Coddled Mom is going to call Child Protective Services, right? Yeah. He's like, I would like to file a complaint against Bob and Sal. You know, OP and her husband. They're like, oh, OP and her husband. Oh, we had dinner last. Oh, they're the best. Oh, da-da-da. Like, what is this nonsense you're talking about? Here, let me write it down so they can use it against you in court. Like, literally, they're about to get him. Oh, dude.
Insanity.
In absolute insanity. I'm glad at least that they have that CPS connection. Yeah. So that way, again, it seems like literally with like the police, with CPS, everyone that someone would call to like try and get them against them, they've already had to like work with them, and they know and have like their file, you know, quote unquote, on deck. So like, oh, what are you talking about? And again, even if they don't, anyone who reads through and sees like basically sees those situations, they're like, oh yeah, and all of the evidence that OP has recorded,
all of the freaking evidence. It's over.
It's
Literally
absolutely
over.
game over. Like it's so clear that like OP's out here just trying to like be a saint and live her life, and everyone tortures her for it.
Crazy.
So there you go.
Crazy.
There you go. I was just gonna say predictions for episode 3 for part 3 in our
Episode
series.
3.
Big one big prediction.
Episode 3 predictions. Entitled Cousin, because the trial between Entitled Cousin
Yeah.
and Blabbermouth is happening.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Entitled Cousin does another Hail Mary, tries to do something. Honestly, I think Caldwell Mom is going to be put in jail again. And I hope Lawyer Friend can rack up with the blackmail and threatening a witness. Oh, dude, if that happens.
Right? Yeah.
It would be beautiful.
I think to piggyback off yours, I think all 3 of them would get jail time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's just what I'm hoping for.
And honestly, I think brother-in-law is going to like ramp up and also be put in jail.
Ooh, I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
And maybe Baby Blabber too. I feel like 5. I knew that 5 family members were going to be put in jail. I called that.
I
think all 5 are definitely.
You called that. Is that our 5? Yeah. Entitled Cousin,
Blabbermouth, Coddled Mom, brother-in-law, and
Baby Blabber.
Baby Blabber.
Wow. There we go. Well, let's see, guys. Tune in the next episode where we do the part 3. But guys, if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.